What is up YouTube, Sunslot here. I'm playing Hearthstone once again, and then today I'm playing with my favorite deck, my Aggro Mage. The Aggro Mage are working out of 3 principles. First out, you do a lot of damage early, then you're stalling, then you're finishing of them off with a spell. Sounds really simple, and yeah, it actually is. And it's extremely fun to play, but extremely annoying to face, because when you're facing this deck, when you're playing this deck, you're never actually having board control. Maybe in the beginning, but you pretty early lose your board control and just stalling. You just do a lot of damage early with some cards, with some low mana minions or cards. Then you lose because he will get out more cards because you're only attacking him. He takes control and you're just stalling and stalling. He thinks he's winning, and then you just kill him with a spell. So he will be the enemies will be extremely frustrated of playing against you if you're playing this. They will be like, "Oh god damn it!" and just throw the computer out of the window or something like that. So what I'm doing right here is that I'm just trying to put out so much damage to him as I possibly can. I'm putting out my Leopard Gnomes because they are extremely low, 1 mana crystal they cost. They can do, even if you don't manage to attack him, because if they have some taunt out, even when they die, they do damage to the enemy character with 2, so that's extremely good. That's why I'm using them. They are low, they always get some damage out when you need it to. Wolf Strider is the same. Cards with charge are very good in this deck. If you don't have Wolf Strider, but you probably have, you can use any other cards. Low mana crystal cost cards with charge, because they are very good, because you always can get that damage you need out. So I'm not focusing any of his minions. Maybe I'm even throwing out Fire Blast to kill one of these low health cards. But the only thing I'm doing is using my Leopard Gnome and my Fire Blast and some of my spells, I think, to get him low. Like here, I'm using this combo Fire Bolt, Frost Bolt and Ice Lance, 7 damage without any spell power at all. And just getting him low so I can finish him off with my Fireball or my Pyro Blast. Right now I'm just only staying with the Fireball, but that's good enough because he only has 3 health. He heals himself up to 5, that won't be enough because I have a Fireball. When he kills my Leopard Gnome, look, 2 damage there, right off. And I'm just thinking, yeah, let's finish him off. But he has managed to copy one of my best cards, my Ice Block spell. This is what you're using, because when they have board control, they might be able to burst you down very quickly, but then you're just putting out your Ice Block and you will survive another turn. Maybe use your Frost Nova to survive even more. Maybe use another Ice Block and just keep surviving this. So right here I'm getting scared here that he once again will be able to copy one of my Ice Block spells. Because if he does that, he can actually get back in the game with, because Priest have a lot of heals. But he doesn't, and I can finish him off my Fireball. So, the hardest decks to face with the Aggro Mage are probably the... Let's see. Every deck which has a lot of heals, like Priest, Paladin, maybe Druids. I've not seen many healing Druids deck, but a Druid might be a bit of trouble. And also decks that can rush you down faster than you can stall. So because you actually need to get up to like 6, all from 6 to 10 mana crystals to be able to finish the game most of the times. And to stall, because you maybe need to put down an Ice Block and a Frost Nova at the same time. And if they have like a Murloc deck and have so many minions like cards out so they can finish you down, or that they can get you so low that it doesn't matter if you start stalling, because you won't be able to get them down, then you will be in a lot of troubles. it's not super much you can do versus those. Just trying to play your game and hope that you get the right cards at the right times. It's the only thing I can recommend you to do.
Reporting for duty.
It's not that you can, if you know that you are facing a Murloc, that yeah, maybe then you can swap out maybe your 2 polymorphs for a 2 flame strike instead. But your flame strike needs so many mana crystals anyways that it might not be worth it. Maybe 2 arcane explosions instead. You can always try to swap out cards, but when you're playing versus random decks all the time, it's not. I always recommend to try and play your game. So what I'm doing in this game instead, I'm trying to do the same tactics, poking out leper gnomes, trying to put down damage early. This deck also works a lot around card drawing. That's why I'm using the, I think it's called Candlelight Oracles. Because I don't care if he draws cards also. The only thing I care about is get my big spells combos like the Frostbolt and Ice Lance, the Firebolt, the Pyroblast, the Frost Nova and the Ice Block, so I can survive and that I can finish him off. Because before I managed to get this deck to work properly, to work right, or whatever you say it, I had a lot of troubles because I've got him down very low, like 8 health, and then I just sat and waited for my Pyroblast to come up most of the times, or maybe the Firebolt, or no. I just sat and waited and draw cards, and he came back into the game and killed me because I didn't get the cards I needed. So it's very important that you have a lot of card drawing cards in your deck, so you can get the cards you need when he's low, so you can finish him off. Because you need to finish the game before. I would say when you have reached 10 mana crystal, the game needs to be over, because after that you will probably lose. You might be able to wait a couple of turns after that, maybe, but most of the times the game needs to be over before 10 mana, before you have been at the max mana, what do you say, standards or something, for too long, because you don't have any big minion cards or to have control or to get control of everything. The only thing you depend on are getting him low and finishing him off with your spells. So, as you can see here, he's starting to get control. I'm just trying to put out so many minions that I can get a couple of more punches onto him to get him. You probably want to get him below 20. That's what I'm trying to do here, and he's just trying to get in control. I don't think he knows what kind of deck I'm playing, so he's thinking now that he probably are in a pretty good seat. So I start with my stalling game. I froze all his minions down so I can let my minions get a couple more punches, because I want to get him below, a bit lower, so I can finish him off with my spells. So I think he use a weapons now to kill my leper gnome or my other gnome. It's a good tactic by him. If he knew that that the only thing I'm trying to do is get him low, so I can finish him off with a spell, I would probably just have killed. I would probably just ignored. Maybe if I could put out a taunt and just ignore my minions down here, let my minions get destroyed by his taunt. But he thinks that he can heal himself up as he did here, more than I can do damage to him. And yeah, as I said, heals are a bit of a pain in the ass. So what I'm doing is putting out the taunt. I do a bit more damage, put out some, because I know that he wanna get control of the board, so he's gonna do everything he can to take out my minions, like my 2 taunts. Absolutely, he's gonna try to take out my Search Drake, because that gives me extra spell damage.
The gates are open.
So I can just put out some minions, because he will focus them before he's focusing me, and that's super okay for me, because the only thing I'm doing right now is waiting for to get the right cards. So sacrificing a Search Drake that I'm probably not gonna get any use of. Anyway, yes, yeah, I draw a card from it, so that's always good. But I'm not gonna get any other use out of it. It's completely okay. It's to do that is it's one of the better things, to sacrifice one of those cards just to try to stay alive a little bit, a couple of turns longer, so I can get my big spells. I don't really know what he's doing right now. I think he's just trying to know how the best way to kill my minions is, so he can keep all these cards up for as long as possible. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is use my ice block to always have. It's probably better to put out your ice block earlier than later, because it stays there until you need it. So I always try to put it out as early as possible. Then I'm gonna use my arcane intellect to draw some cards, because I want my pyroblast. I didn't get it, and then I'm gonna use my novice engineer to draw some more cards. I think, yeah, I'm using my novice engineer. So at this point in the game, I'm just stalling, drawing so many cards as possibly can, and I think I can finish him off now. Yeah, I can finish him off. I have 1 Frostbolt and 2 Ice Lessons, that's 11 damage, yeah. And then I have a Fireball that is 6 damage, so I can finish him off. But he also thinks he can finish me off now, because he's buffing his cards up to get them really strong. So he thinks he can finish me off, but then you see the good thing that I put out my Ice Block the last turn, because if I wouldn't have done that, I would have survived. So always try to put out the ice block as early as possible, because you never know when you're gonna need it. And now he still thinks he is winning it, because 7 health, that's a pretty much, that's a lot of health. It's not very easy to take all of that down, but that's the strength of this deck. You can take it down from a lot of health. So first, 1 Fire Frostbolt, 2 Ice Lance, that's 11 damage, and then a Fireball to finish the roll. Boom! As you could see, it is an extremely fun and powerful deck. So, thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe, it helps me out a lot, and I will see you next time.